Top New Zealand fashion designer Adrienne Winkelmann is under the spotlight of the Commerce Commission, which is looking into whether she's representing her garments correctly. A Commerce Commission spokeswoman has confirmed the market watchdog is assessing evidence provided by an NBR investigation, suggesting the designer's Auckland store may have marketed some clothes as made in New Zealand when they were in fact made overseas. The allegations first arose from a former Adrienne Winkelmann staffer whose husband provided photos of stock from the AW catalogue alongside images of the European designer's clothes as evidence of similarities between clothing sold by European designers and items appearing in the AW catalogue. While the Commission had decided not to investigate those allegations further, a spokeswoman said in light of new evidence provided by NBR in photos of Italy, New Zealand product origin labels, it will be referring the matter for further assessment. New Zealand's largest insurer, IAG, has moved to reassure the Wellington market that it is committed to insuring the city, although the company has been careful to say it would maintain a prudent approach to insurance in the capital, suggesting there will still be restrictions on some policy applications. IAG, which insures homes under State, AMI, Lumley and NZI brands, had undertaken a conservative approach to providing insurance in Wellington due to high natural peril risk in the area, an approach that had been criticised by Earthquake Commission Minister Megan Woods, who earlier told RNZ the company was no longer accepting new customers for contents coverage and was also declining property insurance applications. She said the company, which insures roughly half the Wellington market, was making insurance decisions on a case-by-case basis. Kevin Hughes, Executive General Manager, Customer and Consumer, says that following customer feedback, IAG has further reviewed its approach regarding both new and existing customers.
After Kaikoura, we were very much focused on staying with the risk and the asset we had. So if you had a home if IAG was on risk for a home in Wellington, we stayed on risk with that home irrespective of what happened to the customer. So if a customer moved homes, we would not support them going to a new home. We would stay where the risk is. Our approach changed to saying we need to support our loyal customers, so where our loyal customers go, we will follow them. So as part of that, we were also changing our approach to new customers, and that's where some of the confusion in the last couple of days has been around what's available for new customers.
BERL economist Ganesh Nana says tax is good and the rich need more of it. The coalition government appears to be getting the jitters about its proposed capital gains tax as National relentlessly attacks the idea. Dr. Nana isn't surprised by the political debate, but says it's time to get away from the view that tax is bad. He dismisses criticism that a CGT is too complex to introduce and says tax pays for a civil society and a community.
I think we've got to be grown up about it. The rich, and I include myself in it, have benefited considerably from the current mechanism in the systems. I have a lot to lose if we don't address those burning platforms. So I am quite willing to pay a lot more as long as the government just takes that, if you like, that well-being perspective and actually starts delivering on those longer-term goals, which are probably going to hurt them short-term politically. But that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a leader.
Rebel unit holders in Vital Healthcare have belatedly won the day, with the company issuing new landslide voting figures on 5 proposals they had put at its AGM last year. At the meeting, ACC put up a series of resolutions centred around removing the power of the manager, Northwest Healthcare, to fire and hire independent directors at will and alter its management fees. One resolution required the manager to negotiate in good faith with unit holders. A recount was held after the trustee intervened and said the manager couldn't vote on the proposals due to a conflict of interest, and all 5 have now been passed. The rebellion has been brewing for some time over Northwest's high management fees and business practices, including lending itself a total of $86 million from Vital on unclear terms. Helen Robinson's Organic Initiative, OI, has struck a deal with giant US retailer Walmart to stock its feminine hygiene products in 3,500 stores across the US. Ms. Robinson, former chief executive of Microsoft New Zealand, says the US feminine hygiene market is valued at $2.7 billion and Walmart has a 20% market share of total sales. Ms. Robinson says Oi's organic sanitary items will be the only pure organic ones in the Walmart stores, and the move represents a bold step by the retailer in support of women's health and environmental sustainability. On her international aspirations, Ms. Robinson says New Zealand and the US are simply the first regions for Oi. And so too tomorrow. NBR's extensive coverage of the construction industry woes continues with an interview with Building and Construction Minister Jenny Salesa and an opinion piece from industry stalwart Rick Hurd, who says only some bits of it are broken. For those and other stories, it's nbr.co.nz.